Under the lights on the Arthur Ashe. It never gets old. The two first-time US Open semi-finalists.
Please take your seats.
Andreescu won the toss and elected to receive. Fans just coming back after a little break post Serena Williams, Svitolina. Not an easy time to start. A lot of movement in these 5 tiers. Bencic to get us underway.
Play. Left.
Just 22 years of age. We've got very carried away that Andreescu is a teenager, but we've got a youngster here as well who's never played a Grand Slam semi-final before.
Left.
She comes in many ways more prepared than Andreescu. It's her 20th Grand Slam. It's only Andreescu's 3rd. Can you believe that? But she's been groomed for success, twice a junior slam champion, the world #1. What do you think we might see tonight, Gilly?
Well, I feel like Bencic is the type of player that takes the ball so early. And as quick as Andreescu is on the baseline, I feel like Bencic has the ability to rush Andreescu, and that's Bencic's father right there looking on Ivan.
Game, Bencic.
Composed starts from the Swiss #1.
First game.
Who's had such a difficult time. A couple of years ago, she was ranked outside the world's top 300. She dropped out of the top 10 because she had to have left wrist surgery. Missed an awful lot of time in 2017, but came back and she won her first challenger back, won 28 of 31 matches, and then has relaunched.
Bianca Andreescu to serve.
Has returned to the tour, more mature, reunited with her father because it was a big split with Dad. They have a different relationship now and ready to take on the world.
15 left.
I think it also for Bencic, it gives you that perspective when you've been away from the sport a little bit. I mean, she's mentioned quite a few times that she has that new passion. She's just so happy to be playing again, but because of the injuries that she's had to deal with. Great pickup there from Andreescu.
I remember just 2 years ago when Sloane Stephens won here, she'd had a similar pathway. Sylvain Bruno, who worked with Tennis Canada for over 3 decades, highly respected man, doesn't move when watching Bianca. Here's a stat that completely bowled me over. Coming into this semi-final, she'd hit 26 more clean winners than Serena Williams coming into the same stage. That's how good she is.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That wasn't my research. That was somebody far more diligent than I.
Bencic trying to do a lot of that, taking that second serve early. Something Andreescu said about Bencic. She knows how much her opponent tries to rush her, takes the ball so early, so she's going to have to be really quick after this service motion.
Game, Andreescu.
Both women safely aboard in their very first Grand Slam semi-final. Luke, what are you seeing down there?
Boy, both women look extremely composed considering just the stage right now. It's amazing. They're getting their shots off well. Bencic hit that one return just Cole just clocked a 91-mile-an-hour second serve for a winner. No nerves out here.
Great dipper there from Andreescu.
15.
Aware that Bencic coming into the net, so did a great job of getting it to her feet.
Fifteen. 30,
She's talked about
15.
when she's come back, they've made a few improvements to her game, a better serve, a more powerful forehand. Are you seeing those changes?
I think definitely in both, yeah. I mean, the serve for me is about her mixing it up and just a little bit more accuracy. I think for someone like Bencic, I mean, she can get power on that serve, but accuracy to me is just more important in my opinion, just to mix it up, keep your opponent on your toes.
She does look at the data, this one, and she would have seen there's a pretty good spread from Bencic T and Y, but not a lot at the body.
Yeah. I think that body serve can be
30.
so important too, especially against opponents that like to take the serve early, that like to have their return stance up on the baseline.
Oh, even Sylvain is a little more nervous tonight. He moved.
Game, Bencic.
Oh, looks very good so far from these youngsters.
Bencic leads by
on
2
serve.
games to 1.
Early doors, first set.
Sometimes before the serve. Okay, we'll try to say something.
What do you feel happened? Was she worried about movement from Andreescu, or was that fans behind Bianca?
I mean, I'm thinking it's usually probably maybe a photo, someone's taking photos of sometimes the flash can disrupt the players a little bit.
Just shows
I
you
think you're saying movement, though, so I'm not sure, yeah.
Just show you, though, that you know there's so many more things, don't you, when you're slightly stressed.
Yeah. That's true. I was trying to think about a little bit too much, but both, so far these first few games, they're both looking extremely focused.
Did you catch, Luke, what she was bothering her?
I didn't. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people now coming down on this changeover, getting back in their seats after watching the Serena match. Some beverages, some good food. It's really electric down here. It's a great space to be in.
Are you set up for the night? You've got plenty of sustenance there?
I do, yes. I have the snack pack. I'm ready to go.
And great work on the dog as well. I set you that task to find out the dog's name, Coco, who's sitting with Bianca's mum and dad.
It's the name of the century, Coco.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, the players are ready. Try to find your seats quickly. Thank you.
Ash taking a little while to settle into this second women's semi-final. Bianca Andreescu getting very used to life under the lights. In the last 2 matches in this environment.
Level 15.
What are the difficulties playing Belinda Bencic?
30.
For me, I think it's how early she takes the ball. I mean, she takes everything early, even on the short hop, and it just rushes your opponent. And you saw how early she took that second serve and got Andreescu in a difficult position right from the start. And that time, Andreescu taking the ball very early. That was a tough shot to hit. That last one got pretty high on her, up above her shoulders, but she handled it well.
These two don't hang about between points. We don't really need the serve clock on.
Great accuracy on that serve from Andreescu. Got some great slice on it off the bounce, moving away from Bencic. Andreescu herself really quick up to the ball. She's very fast around the court.
Yeah, that's something that Mertens mentioned in her press conference, how swift she is and how well she serves under pressure.
40,
For someone that has really struggled to get a lot of time practicing the serve because of a nasty shoulder injury following her win at Indian Wells. Had to pull out of the French. Seems to be okay at the moment.
Yes.
Almost had too much time to think about that one, Andreescu. I think she took her eye off the ball just a little bit concerned about which way Bencic was going to guess.
Advantage, Bencic.
Took a big strike on that one, Bencic. This is one of her best shots. She's able to redirect that pace, especially off that backhand side. Can hit the inside out very well, and also the backhand down the line.
First break point of the night.
Yes.
Yeah, very well done from Andreescu. Great serve and then good shot selection, mixing up, going behind Bencic on that forehand. Is that good serving under pressure?
Advantage,
Mum and
Andreescu.
Dad, Maria and Niku. Coco, I think they've snuck him in. He's on the floor. They came to Canada from Romania in 1994. Bianca born in 2000. They came with 2 suitcases. Wanted a chance for a better life. Maria had an economics degree. Niku was a mechanical engineer. Couldn't have imagined, could they? A couple of decades later, they'll be watching their daughter on one of the biggest sporting stages. And for Bencic as well, her father, with his family, he fled the Soviet invasion of Czechoslovakia during this Prague Spring. It's a great immigrant story, isn't it? We're seeing unfolding out here tonight. Both Belinda's parents Slovaks, mum Dana, former model. We've seen Ivan, used to be an ice hockey player back in the day. Yeah, so good.
Just a very well played point from Bencic. No hesitation getting up to that ball. Very well done taking that in the air. And good job on that drop volley.
Yes.
Now you might notice, if you haven't seen Andreescu play before, she's got this hair accessory, I believe it is, just on her right elbow, and she just put it there for some reason during practice right at the start of the year before Auckland. She ended up qualifying and winning the tournament, and so of course it has to stay.
It's a good luck charm.
It doesn't have any sporting advantage or relevance at all. But it's staying.
Yeah.
It's lucky. And Julia was looking at, she's only lost 4 matches all year. She's won 32. She lost to Gerges in 3 sets, Sevastova in 3, Kenin in Acapulco, and then she had to retire against Contivate in Miami.
That's it.
I mean,
it's incredible.
She hasn't lost since February. Finding the top very easy. And what a confident way to level up.
2 games all for sets.
These two are not well known
Ladies and
to this
gentlemen,
crowd.
as a courtesy to both players,
They've
please
engaged
remain
them
quiet before the
with their
service
tennis.
and during points. Thank you.
Yeah, it's got that kind of basketball, baseball feel, hasn't it, with this sporting crowd. Just a reminder, usopen.org is your website. If you want to have a look at all the merchandise, I recommend the towels. That's where you go. Fantastic spot on the internet.
Love 15.
There's that quickness from Andreescu on the baseline. She does slide quite a bit on the baseline, and she's able to get back into the court so quickly.
She's not wearing the right thigh strapping tonight, which is a really good sign.
Yeah. Tape
reduction is not something you normally see with players as they go through Grand Slams. Of course, wouldn't have had the day off in between. A reminder, Bencic has played one less match because of the withdrawal of Contivate. She's certainly the fresher of the two coming out here.
(30-15).
Just a couple of inches taller than her opponent tonight, standing at 5'9", 1.75 m. Got a great physique for tennis.
Unlucky there from Bencic. Just that left court just popping right up for Andreescu to attack. See how early Bencic took that return. I mean, that was a pretty good return right inside the baseline, and Bencic, no problem redirecting that pace.
Let's first serve. Let's first serve.
This is a really good opener from these two youngsters. And we remain on serve, 3-2. Bencic leads.
Bencic leads by 3 games to 2 first set.
Luke, you're in such a good spot down there. I can see you up from the commentary box, but you're just along, aren't you? Just behind the baseline. You've had a good look at these two now. Who looked as though they're striking the ball better? What's the sound like coming off their strings?
It's amazing because both of them are using their offense in the right ways. You've got Andreescu, who's got the serve going. Jilly Bean, you talked about timely serving, and she did in that last service game. Not just the first, but also the clutch serving on the second. That sets up the rest of her offense. Bencic has so much Martina Hingis DNA, it's almost goosebumps to watch her play, taking the ball early, looking to attack, short balls, is not afraid to hit some volleys. Right now, I'm giving the edge early on to Bencic. She's striking the ball a little bit cleaner. I don't have the stats in front of me, but man, she's hitting her spots a little bit better. And Andreescu's really kind of hanging on with the serve.
Jilly Bean.
I've been called that before too. Mahesh Bhupati used to call me that.
It gets better and better.
Time.
The biggest stadium in tennis, and always a great sight.
Please take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Big names in the house tonight: Queen Latifah, Christiane Amanpour, the CNN anchor. I'm sure there's a few
players are ready.
Dotted around and hidden away. They'll be flashed up on the big screens as we go through this match. On serve.
Love 15.
Bianca, born in Romania. They actually went, born in Canada, but they went back home to Romania, and when she was little, and stayed there until she was 11, and then returned to Canada.
Love 30.
Getting herself in a spot once again on serve. Second game in a row, love 30 down. Bencic out here just fractionally more assured with her shot making.
(15-30).
Good off-pace serve there from Andreescu. I still feel like, I agree, I feel like Bencic is just the one that's been in control of most of these points. Even though she missed that return, she's still on it pretty quickly. I mean, it's just coming back so fast.
15-14.
Andreescu can struggle a little bit when she's been forced and pushed on that forehand side. Backhand is the stronger side.
This is great from Bencic. It's first time under the lights on Ash this year.
Good response there from Andreescu,
14.
saving one of these break points.
She's a step forward kind of lass, isn't she? When under pressure, when break point down. And so often she's made throughout this tournament first serves when she's under the pump in these kind of games. Still Bencic though with another opportunity here.
Let's for serve.
Yes. Break points already saved in this opening set, 3 via first serves. This one is a terrific match player.
Excellent combination there from Andreescu. Put a little bit more height and spin on this cross-court forehand to set up this forehand down the line, and moved in and took that early, cut inside the court. That was great play from Andreescu.
And is that the challenge, really, to push Bencic behind that baseline?
Yeah, to try and get her off that baseline. She loves being up on that baseline to take everything early.
Yes.
Indecisiveness just a little bit there from Andreescu. Went for the slice a little bit too late. I think that's a great play for Andreescu, that, again, throwing in that higher, heavier ball. It's tough to keep hitting that ball deep consistently. So there's more options that or more chances you're going to get a shorter ball for Andreescu to attack.
Oh, it's brilliant from Bencic.
Yes.
Trained with Hingis' mother, Melanie Molotov, from the ages of 7 until she was 15. But Dad was there at every single session, a little like Yuri Sharapov. You know, he sat courtside learning, understanding. He's an ice hockey player, wasn't a tennis player, played rec tennis. And he's been there, apart from a little break, every step of the way. She made it?
I think so,
Advantage. Bencic.
Yeah, I think just hit on the sideline. Great accuracy here from Bencic. Loves that shot, that backhand down the line.
Oh, seeing that again.
Really? I thought it hit.
Surprising. I'm hearing it. It wasn't, and it is another break point. Followed by a first serve.
Yes.
This one's top of the class.
I think almost every break point Andreescu serve down the tee to Bencic's forehand side. And interestingly, Bencic going for that slice right away on the forehand.
Advantage, Andreescu.
Sam, you mentioned her serving so well in pressure moments, and it's just incredible how often she's able to do that, especially for someone only 19 years old.
He was playing in the qualifying here last year. He was playing in the lower leagues.
Yes.
But she hasn't come from obscurity, though. She won Le Petillard, which is a major tournament for 13 and 14-year-olds down there, Tarbes in the south of France. She won that, so that immediately gives you a little gold star by your name. She won the Orange Bowl, the under-16 championship. She was a semi-finalist here in the juniors 3 years ago.
Advantage, Andreescu.
What a competitor.
Game, Andreescu.
Tough way to level up. Long old game.
3 games all. First set.
Andreescu impressing every step of the way. Luke, you liking what you're seeing down there from these two?
Both competitors. I think if Bencic ends up losing this set, she's going to really kick herself because she's had opportunities all over the place. She's doubting herself on the forehand return.
Thank you,
That chip a
ladies
couple
and
of different
gentlemen.
times instead of trusting her full swing.
Big, heavy return there from Andreescu.
Love 15.
And she gets a hold of those forehands. Lucky fan there.
Keep the ball.
Yeah.
Keep the ball.
I like that. Oh. That was just a heavy forehand. I mean, when she gets a hold of that forehand on Andreescu, it just comes off the court so quickly.
Yeah,
15
I was having a
all.
look at their average speeds off the ground, and Dick Vitale, great man himself. He was actually he watches a lot of tennis. He was here all of yesterday and the day before.
Please.
Now a major announcer in college basketball. Luke was telling me last night. Yeah, her speed's
30,
a couple
15.
miles an hour heavier off both wings. It's not a lot.
Forty, 15. Game, Bencic.
Bencic cruising through
New
another service
ball
game,
space.
yet to make the breakthrough, but the Swiss miss
Bencic
ahead,
leads by
4-3
4
first
games
set.
to 3 first set.
Extraordinary tournament that we've had so far here. Don't forget Angelique Kerber. If we go back to week 1, the former champion 3 years ago, out in her opening match. We also lost some other big names as well early on, particularly in this bottom half. These two have been the recipients of Kvitova, Muguruza, Sloane Stephens, champion 2 years ago. They're all falling. Burtons, Sabalenka, and of course Osaka being taken out by Belinda Bencic in the 4th round. Big names, big shocks. So we started with Williams, Sharapova. Don't you remember Monday night? It's been quite some tournament.
Time.
It's an extraordinary side, isn't it? When you just think, what, 30 years ago or so, this was disused marshland. Who would have thought it hosts one of the great sporting events? New balls. Andreescu at 3-4 first set. Did about 3 laps around the string.
Look out, she's gone up again. Look at that. Something tweaked or something. That last one.
You're right there, aren't you?
That's right in front of me, about 15 feet away.
Oh, very close, particularly with Mum. They seem to have such a good relationship. Important family support.
We'll see if she can't put the pressure on. Check this out.
Seemed to look okay on that point. Hopefully everything's okay. Moved well out wide to a couple of these shots, so that was great to see.
She's still trying to shake it out. It's that left knee.
Oh yeah, she's grabbing it there.
Well, she's had a little inflammation, hasn't she? That tape is usually just when the patella is getting a little irritated. Let's just keep an eye and see if she calls for the trainer.
40 left.
Still shaking it out.
Yeah, no. Get the feeling though, Julie, she's a tough kid, isn't she?
Yeah, she is so tough. Yeah.
Game.
Look at this game so far. Normally over about 6 minutes for Andreescu, but flying through that one.
4 games all.
First love hold of the night.
I think also great if something is bothering her. Obviously, she's having a little bit of trouble with that leg. It's good that she kept those last few points short, looking to be a little bit more aggressive.
$15 left.
Great job there from Andreescu.
I just wondered if Bencic hesitated here.
Well, so deep. I mean, that was a tough swing volley to get off the court when you're that deep in the court.
So hard, isn't it? Because you've got to keep your eyes on the ball. You haven't really got a chance of seeing where your opponent is.
Yeah.
Andreescu was to keep walking a little bit further. She bumped straight into Luke on his chair with his drinks and his snacks around him.
You got that right.
Very frustrated. Bencic just got a little bit confused about whether to take that ball in the air, let it bounce, and just got stuck sort of in the middle of the court.
They've come a long way from Yvonne. Used to throw tennis balls to her in the garden when she was 2.5. When she was 4, he used to do 1 hour of coordination drills with her a day.
Wow.
Yep. It's been a long-term project. She was always going to be a tennis player.
Please.
Now seeing the fire from Bencic.
40-13.
Well, that is just so good. I mean, what she does so well is she just takes one step forward. That open stance on both sides, forehand and backhand, just cuts in with an angle with the foot, and that just cuts down on her opponent's time to recover.
Yes.
A little bit more pace again on that return from Andreescu.
Advantage, Bencic.
First time really Bencic has had to work behind her serve. Yeah, really spreading the play and maintaining her discipline.
Bencic leads by 5
Bencic
games
pushing
to
ahead
4
once
per
more
set.
in this opening set. Well, she looks calm, but inside she is churning. Anything you're spotting from your little position down there, Lou?
I'll tell you, both of them are getting a little chippy. I don't know if you can tap them up there, but
We can.
they're getting a little feisty. They're going to their boxes. They understand this first set's going to come down to who can really land 1 or 2 punches at the right time. Andreescu clearly has found something in the Bencic forehand that she likes to go after, and if she clocks it just right, she can get some airs out of there. It's this tug of war. It's unbelievable. You can feel them. Just who's going to really separate themselves late in this first set.
Time.
A stadium that dominates the skyline around Flushing Meadow.
Thank you.
Really good start to this second semi-final. Andreescu serving to stay in this opening set. She's got it.
Miss Bencic is challenging the call on the left near sideline.
Chase
What was
review
called in.
of the night.
Just got it. I like that play from Andreescu.
15 left.
Throwing in that angle, a little bit of a different look that Bencic has seen in this first set.
Miss Bencic has 2 challenges remaining.
How powerful Andreescu's forehand is. She can make more errors on that side as well. Good choice going into the body.
She always looks a little like leggy and as if she hasn't got lots of energy sometimes between points.
She does. She looks like that a lot, I think.
Don't be fooled. Most of her service games have been a rocky road, but she is so battle hardened. Lost the middle set to Taylor Townsend in the 4th round, the opening set to Mertens last night. She thinks it's caught. No. Just going to leave it alone. Too big a point. Second double in the game. She's not making life terribly easy for herself out here.
No, she's not. But she's coming up with some big serves still when she needs it. She's just reaching for that last toss a little bit. Just let it drop a little bit too low.
Great play. So much structure to the Bencic game. Dad and boyfriend, who doubles up as the physical trainer. Ivan and Martin side by side, very nervous. What a chance here for Belinda Bencic. Again, it's the first serve to the forehand, and again, it's a break point saved.
Well, that's so smart. I mean, it's good recognition from Andreescu how effective that down the tee serve is. Bencic did a good job of hitting it that time, but just landing pretty short. So Andreescu attacking those last couple shots.
Advantage, Andreescu.
Great focus and competitiveness here from Andreescu. I like the response to continuously encouraging herself.
Couple of doubles in the end did not deter her. And once more,
5 games all, first set.
Andreescu leveling up.
Just trusts herself on that serve in those big moments. Really stays committed.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
6 break points in this opening set have
Please.
come and
Thank
gone
you.
for Bencic, and she has to go back to the bottom of the hill here and start all over again.
Team. Miss Andreescu is challenging the call on the left baseline. Ball was called out.
You had that one, didn't you, Luke?
30 left.
You're right, you're spot on.
Miss Andreescu has 2 challenges remaining.
You had us covered on that, though, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's your line.
Miss Bencic is challenging the call on the right baseline.
I thought
Ball
that
was
one
called
landed
out.
right in the corner.
Did you?
I think it's a good challenge from Bencic. Oh God, where's my eyesight? Way out. Andreescu is blocking me.
Here you go.
30-13.
Have my,
Thanks for-
have
thanks
my
for the clap.
spectacles.
(40-15). Miss Bencic has 1 challenge remaining.
I feel like Andreescu's starting to change her court position a little bit. She's now looking to take that ball so early, stepping inside the baseline on some of these returns.
Yeah, it looks like she's just driving it straight back down deep
Yeah.
through the middle. Hard, fast, and early. It's a great combination. Again, Bencic steps up with a routine service game.
Bencic
moves ahead
leads
once
by
more
6
in
games
this
to
opening
5.
set.
First set.
Luke, you're sitting right underneath the Bencic cap. They could drop a bucket of water on your head very easily. That's how close you are. How much is Belinda looking up her dad and boyfriend?
A ton. I mean, it's a great scene.
Are they coaching? Can you hear anything?
Yeah.
How's your Slovak?
It's not good, but I'll tell you, she is really edgy. She understands that she's had so many opportunities to break her opponent, and what she has to do is slow down. You can't play in those big moments because Andreescu continues to come up with the good stuff. So take your time, break up that rhythm, make her think about it a little bit more. But it's really getting Bencic crazy that she can't break and separate herself.
It's amazing how much goes on with the umpire, and even we can't see. I mean, we are a long way up, but we've got a good idea. And we've got the pictures in front of us as well. How much eye contact, communication is going on.
From both sides, girls, from both sides.
Time.
It's amazing how much they're looking up.
Do you think they're able to hear them with all the noise and the...
No, yeah, they can hear them. Yeah, they lock in.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, the players are ready.
Under the lights, on
Take your
Ash.
seats, please. Thank you.
1975, over at Flushing Meadow, over at Forest Hills, they first played under lights. They didn't look like this. It wasn't as special as this stadium.
Let first serve.
Andreescu serving to stay once again in this opening set. She's the one always on the back foot, under pressure.
Let first serve.
Very smart approach shot
15.
from Bencic. Cut it pretty low. It was a good slice from Andreescu. Had to hit up on the ball, but closed the net nicely.
There is a rich vein, isn't there?
Almost,
that 8T ad court channel.
Yeah, going to that forehand. I'm surprised Bencic is still going to that slice. I mean, I feel like she's got to be ready for that serve. She's got to know it's going there a little bit.
She must be so far around holding a backhand grip.
The back, ready for the backhand.
I'm sure she's got a backhand grip. A lot of players actually always used to serve to Bencic out wide, really wide, in the deuce court as well.
That's too good.
15-30.
Great quality from Bencic. I just feel like on this side, she could lean towards that forehand grip just a little bit more, thinking that Bencic is going to serve there. She trusts her backhand a little bit better. I almost feel like Andreescu's got Bencic guessing on that outside.
Yep, that can get into your head.
40-30.
Surprise miss from Bencic on the backhand down line. Great get from Andreescu because it was a great return.
This one's got a little New York in her, hasn't she?
First set tiebreak.
Loves the battle. The
Each
first
player
set,
receives one additional challenge.
almost as long as the entire duration of the first semi-final. That was 1 hour and 10. These two really going at it here. Good numbers for Bencic in terms of her breakers this year. She also won a fabulous opening set against Vekic in the quarterfinals. That was clutch, 7-5. Andreescu first tiebreak of this year's US Open.
Faults. Miss Bencic challenging the call on the left service line. Ball was called fault. Zero Andreescu. Miss Bencic has one challenge remaining. Andreescu.
I think just Bencic getting a little bit flustered towards the end of this first set. A little bit flustered starting this tiebreak with a double fault. Well, it looked like for a moment Andreescu was on her back foot, but changed the dynamic of this point really well with that great backhand down the line.
Well, whether or not she wins tonight, this young lady is going to be a great player, isn't she? I mean, she already is. But what might be happening in her future?
Andreescu doing a great job of getting the ball nice and deep. She's getting a lot more depth on her shots that we were talking about earlier that she needed to do because of Bencic's court position. Andreescu's just floating right inside the baseline. Didn't have a ton of pace on it, and Bencic just didn't accelerate through that forehand.
gone very quiet in the stadium. Luke, say something.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing.
Break the silence.
No, the thing is the quality was so good for so long, and all of a sudden this tiebreaker is just, Andreescu is just taking the hold of it. 5-1, the weird double fault, but still the tiebreaker is the Canadians.
This set, though, even though she's been behind Andreescu, it's been on her racket.
Andreescu.
An important point there for Bencic to get just to give herself a little bit more confidence in this tie break. Struck that forehand well.
Well, it reduces the deficit to just the one mini break. Oh, yes.
That was great anticipation from Bencic.
3, Andreescu.
She can get a hold of this backhand. It is just so dangerous. She redirects that down the line extremely well.
So stable, isn't she, with her body? So the irony of this tiebreak is that she's the one being, has been ahead, should have maybe had this first set, having to play catch up here.
Andreescu.
I just feel like Andreescu's upped her level in this tiebreak. Hitting with a lot more force off the return.
As they say in these parts, she is a gamer, this one. 3 set points for the 19-year-old.
But
it's the teenager who wins it. Andreescu takes the opener on the breaker. She wins it by 7 games to 6. Goodness me, so much to chew over in that opening set. Everyone needing to take a breather here. I nearly actually said if she loses this first set, I know Bencic will go off. I've seen it happen so many times before. I think we're going to put a clock on her because it's the one area of tennis that is so unregulated and needs to be looked at. But just before we have a quick chat to Luke, let's just run through the numbers in this opening set and see what stands out for you.
Well, I think what really hurt Bencic was not being able to get any of those break points. I mean, she had 6 opportunities, 0 for 6, and also Andreescu just upped her level in that tie break, played a lot more aggressive. That first serve percentage won 84%, and just a lot more winners, 25 to Bencic's only 8.
Yeah, it certainly was on her racket. Great breaker, 7 points to 3. Andreescu with the first set. 67 minutes, Luke, of high drama, but the air goes out of it, doesn't it, when a player goes off the court and we have a longer than 2-minute break? What are they going to do about this situation?
Well, that's a really good question. I mean, I would say that, remember, we called the match with Andreescu last night, and there was so much humidity in the air, but both of them were just soaked. Both competitors, they needed a full change. Andreescu right now is changing her shoes and socks. It doesn't feel that heavy, but that's something, obviously, these Grand Slams, these high-level terms have to look at. It happens seems to be every set.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Jilly, what? What are your thoughts on these long breaks?
I don't.
In the rules, if you look at the rules,
know,
it says play should be continuous. So 2 minutes is 2 minutes.
Yes, and I think that it should stick to that. I mean, it's difficult. I mean, I never liked going off the court. I feel like it disrupted my rhythm, but I think Bencic has just come back on the court now, so that wasn't too long of a break. That was pretty quick, but overall, I think there should be a strict time limit on it.
Yeah, a lot of the
Please
fans
take your seats, ladies and gentlemen.
voted out.
Second set, Bianca Andreescu to serve. Please take a seat, ladies and gentlemen. The players are ready. Thank you.
Andreescu on the front foot, starting this second set.
Love 15. Love 13.
Such a good deep second serve from
15-15.
Right into the corner and then handled that deep forehand well. A little bit of a change up there from Bencic.
15-14.
High, heavy, deep in the court.
Well, these are two players who compete with layers in their game. They have options. They're tactical, they're strategic. It's great to see, especially for the future of our game. Now, what can Bencic do here?
That approach shot from Bencic is just landing a little bit too short and gave Andreescu time to set up for that and get it really low to Bencic's feet. It's a tough ball to handle, that low one.
It's taken almost an hour and a quarter for Bencic to push through, but at last some light at the end of the tunnel. First break of this second semi-final. And almost you felt that Andreescu invested so much in that opening set that she just had a dip. Did you feel the same thing out there, Luke?
It just got a little loose. It just looked like she lost her focus or anything like that, but Bencic came out of that little break, that locker room, and ready to just fire breathing dragon on this. I mean, absolutely driving the ball. She's so intense right now, and we've seen it throughout the whole first set. Finally, it bit Andreescu on that service. She can't afford to get down early in her service games.
You can never have a regular dragon, can you, Luke?
No.
It's always got to be breathing fire or a drop shot dragon.
Dragon,
yes. I haven't seen the drop shot dragon too much tonight. He's been sleeping in the locker room.
14 left. Please, ladies and gentlemen, keep the volume low if possible. Thank you. Please, the players are ready.
Just noise from the suites, everybody.
Left.
And I do feel like Andreescu's just dropped a little bit of her energy from that first set. It's just happening so fast off Bencic's racket, really rushing Andreescu.
Great deal of belief behind Belinda's game. She's won an awful lot of matches, over 40 this year. There's love hold
Bencic leads by 2 games to love, second set.
Always a portion of so many of the matches, and especially the ones we've seen this year at the US Open for Andreescu, where she's just gone away for, I don't know where she goes.
Yeah.
She goes somewhere, but she does come back.
Well, I think some of it has to do with Bencic too. I mean, she came out firing in that first game, and sometimes it takes a few points, I think, for Andreescu to adjust to that.
She says actually one of her goals for this year at the start was to really get that focus from first point to last time, or as near as she could.
I think it's easy for people to forget, I think, how much mental effort it takes to keep that focus throughout a whole match. So it's not just about how well you're hitting the ball or how tactically well you're playing the game. It's a lot of it is that mental focus the entire time.
This is a Grand Slam semi-final. I mean, the majority of us would be happy to concentrate for a game, through one game, without thoughts coming in, distractions.
Right into Bencic's strike zone. I think Andreescu trying to go more into the body on that serve, just couldn't quite get it there.
Video.
Well, it was an unbelievable get on that wide forehand from Bencic. In that position, the fact that she can get that depth and pace is just so strong.
Yes.
Just no wavering at all from Bencic right now. Almost machine-like in her idea of knowing how she has to play these points. Like court position, again, just well inside the baseline.
Got a baby crying right now. Even that little distraction between the first and second serve. Andreescu looked up. That was just that baby crying. It's just it fills the entire stadium.
It does, doesn't it? Up around the middle tier. And here we are once again. Great point. Bencic. Only 1 of 9 converted tonight.
I think Bencic frustrated because it seemed like she was in control of that point and felt like she should have had that point won already, but Andreescu throwing in that little angle, just that off pace that just disrupted Bencic.
Advantage. Andreescu.
Well, Andreescu just knowing how important it is for her to get this game. Huge difference from the 3 love to 2-1. advantage for Bencic.
Another great dig.
Andreescu
foiling Bencic once again. Andreescu's taken the first. Bencic ahead with the
leads by
in
2
the
games
second.
to 1 second set. First set, Andreescu.
Don't know who wants to take this, but where are we going from here? Because I have no idea.
Luke, you want to take this one? You want me to go?
Andreescu just went for the full, for a shirt change. I mean, the thing is,
Hold on, Luke. Andreescu wasn't even wearing a sports bra right there.
Well, I don't know about that. She just changed her shirt. So
Okay.
that's all I'm saying.
She wasn't wearing a sports bra, was she?
It didn't look like a sports
No,
bra.
anyway, carry on. We'll get that verified.
Okay, so the thing is that in my opinion, Andreescu has forgotten how to lose a tennis match. She hasn't lost a match since February. She's won the Canadian Open. She, won Indian Wells. The way she goes about her business, she'll have her lulls, her up and downs, but I'm telling you, there's a confidence in the way she hits the ball, the way she's navigating it tactically. She's throwing all these different spins and the loopers and everything.
What does Bencic need to do from here?
In my opinion, she's getting loads of opportunities, but she's playing consistently at Andreescu's pace. Like, slow down, even when you're returning. Make your opponent think.
Okay, let's see what happens from here. Hour and a half in. Can Bencic just manage her frustrations? Got to remember, yes, the first set has gone, but up a break early on in the second. Can she make it count?
$15 left. Miss Andreescu is challenging the call on the left center service line. Ball was called in. $30-15. Let's first serve. 40-15.
Hey, Sam.
Miss Andreescu has 2 challenges remaining.
Andreescu's taken that tape off her left knee.
Okay.
So obviously not feeling any pain on that side.
Tape removal is a very good sign. But Bencic waltzing
Bencic
through.
leads
Now
by
a
3
very
games
easy
to 1
service
in
game.
second set.
Just the feelings around this ash, and the match itself has just gone a fraction flat. Boyfriend Martin Ronkovic. USOpen.org. Don't forget, it's such an important little website. It has all the stats. If you want to see what Bencic's first serve percentage is, oh, go to USOpen.org. It'll tell you. It's got everything on there. It's not the service games that are a problem, although she is 10% down on winning first serves this match compared to the rest of the tournament. She was up at about 85%, and she's a fraction down on that. It's not really having an impact.
No, it just comes down to a couple points here and there, and Andreescu just in that first set played a much stronger tiebreak.
I just wonder what would happen if Andreescu's first serve percentage really continued to dip as it has done in this second set. She was up around the 60s mark for the first set, but it's dropped considerably in the second.
And
I think that has to do with how much better Bencic is returning. I think she's actually, I mean, we know how early she takes the ball, but I think she's actually decided to take it even earlier. I mean, she is so quick to be on that serve.
Doing exactly what Elise Mertens said that Andreescu does. How well she serves under pressure.
See, even there, Andreescu just getting stuck at the baseline, trying to fend off that pace.
Had a chance for the double break in Andreescu's last service game. Has another one here. Can she make it count? Agony.
Yes.
Well, I thought it was gutsy to actually move in and take that ball out of the air, and it was right on her racket.
You can see she's really trying to make more things happen out here in this second set.
Advantage, Bencic. Yes.
I wish I would have kept count of how many times she's come up with that serve on a break point.
It's like a Pete Sampras quality. If you follow Pete Sampras through the years, he always had that nuance.
Yeah, you're right.
Andreescu. Deuce.
From both players, great ball
Bencic.
striking. That time Bencic getting some good depth, going right down the center of the court on that last backhand.
Feels like Groundhog Day, doesn't it, for Belinda Bencic?
You're right, it does.
Third chance in this game. There it is. Bencic gets the double break advantage and forges ahead in the second set. 4-1 she leads. Andreescu with the first. Your eardrum must have been blowing out there because I just heard pomade, pomade, pomade. Come on in Slovak. Right above you.
There's a lot of intensity, and they feel that they have the momentum clearly in this second set. Couldn't seal the deal in the first after all those opportunities. And Andreescu, if you see her on the sideline right now, ice towel around the neck, head down. It's a very interesting point of the match right now. 2 breaks. Bencic leaning in on her shots.
For you, has she been slightly more aggressive out here, Julie?
I think she's been a lot more aggressive. I think from the very first point after this first set was finished, she came out firing, just a lot more aggressive. But, I mean, that's what a lot of players say, is they feel rushed against her because she takes the ball so early. And I feel like she's taken 1 or 2 more steps inside that baseline, always looking to move forward. And you can feel it from Andreescu. She's just been rushed a little bit in this second set.
Time.
That's what the US Open is all about. Sport, passion, entertainment. And these two bringing all of that here tonight. Bencic in charge of this second set, 4-1 with the double break.
Love 15.
She's got a decent record this year, Belinda, when she's lost the first set. On 7 occasions, she's come back to win the match. That's a lot more than most on the tour.
4-13. Love 14.
A little bit of a loose game here from Bencic. A bit of a surprise. She was playing so well. It's such a momentum, just slightly loose with a couple double faults.
First time Andreescu has seen any break points on the Bencic set. That's how well Belinda's been serving tonight. Oh, that'll feel good, won't it? That'll just
15-14.
feel the irony of that breakpoint save. Now,
Again, Andreescu.
not driving home her advantage, and she
Bencic
may
leads
end
by
up
4
paying for
games
that.
to 2 second sets.
Andreescu re-afloat now in this second set.
Love 18.
Andreescu.
15-all.
She gets so nice and low with the legs here. Such good balance on that backhand.
She seemingly conjures a winner when there isn't really an obvious one on.
Smart serve from Andreescu.
15.
Getting into the body that time.
Yeah, she does a good job, doesn't she, in that, particularly in that juice cut of serving a lot more, you know, into the opponent. Bencic far prefers wide and T, that pattern.
Please.
It's great recognition,
40,
knowing that
15.
Bencic, with how early she takes the ball, use that body serve a little bit more. It's good awareness from Andreescu.
Happens technically with that second serve.
I think she lets first, I think the ball toss gets a little bit too far in front, so therefore she has to reach for it a little bit, yeah.
There's something,
it drops a little bit low.
Something simple.
Yeah.
Amazing how you can do it in practice, and then under pressure, off it goes. Beautifully done. Bencic waking up here.
Yes.
Suddenly realizing that the second set is not a formality.
It's tough to get this one past. I mean, Bencic having to hit it up. I was anticipating that Andreescu would have taken that one in the air. She ended up running backwards for that, so the ball ended up going further away from her.
advantage. Bencic.
Defense. And Bencic back on the march. It's another break of the Andreescu serve, and Bencic now 1 game away from leveling this semi-final. Julie, before we bring Luke in, you were talking about, in fact you both have, about how much more aggressive Belinda's been, particularly on return of serve in the second set. I can tell you in the first set she was standing, for the first serve she was standing right on the baseline, and for the second serve she was about half a metre in. Second set she moved half a metre further forward for first serve and second serve. It's not a lot, but that equates to even 0.2 or 3 of a second less reaction time for Bianca Andreescu. So what you thought you were seeing was actually happening. I've had it checked.
I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but I mean, just that little, and I think she had a little extra pace on her ball too. She just got more aggressive, and I think those two factors combined, I mean, you could see how Andreescu, just the sound of the ball coming was so quick back to Andreescu's racket. It was unbelievable, and you could see how rushed she was feeling.
Luke, the vibes just, what, a metre or two behind you, and Kat Bencic must be feeling a lot more benign than they were a little while ago.
Yeah, the thing is, they keep urging her. There's a lot of electricity between the player and her box that's really been urging her and encouraging her to continue to go for her shots.
Bencic, a quarter-finalist here as a 17-year-old. Lots been expected of her. The slight favourite on paper tonight. Couldn't get any breakthrough on the Andreescu serve in the opening set. 3 times she's broken her opponent in the second, and now finds herself with an opportunity to level up this semi-final.
It almost looked like Andreescu stopped playing the point. I mean, it was a good stab return. I actually thought the ball was going to maybe go out, but she recovered quickly. Good anticipation on that last backhand.
Love 13.
Which makes it look so easy. That was not easy to do. Just, it's a pretty good second serve, and just right in the corner on that backhand down the line.
Wasn't up.
15-13.
Just feel this is such an important game for Bencic to get a clean finish to this second set. never quite know when she's going to light up.
Game Andreescu. Bencic leads by 5 games to 3, second set.
More mental lapses than anything else. Both players not able to maintain just a steady way of playing good, solid tennis.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, the players are ready.
Great from Andreescu, so quick into that net to make sure that ball did not drop. Took it so early. So important to take this one above the net. And then closed great on that volley.
Left. Miss Bencic is challenging the call on the left near sideline. Ball was called out.
Just got too much inside the ball.
40-15.
Drifted.
Let second serve.
All the momentum, and back with the 19-year-old Andreescu hangs on.
Bencic leads by 5
another
games
chance
to
to serve to level
First set,
and
Andreescu.
win at this second set.
Miss Bencic has 2 challenges remaining.
You never know, do you, with Bianca. It does blow a little hot and cold. When she's hot, though, is she the better player out here?
Oh, yeah, I think that's tough. I think both of them are playing extremely well. I think it's just a good quality match. But I do think overall Andreescu's game is the one that's sort of been the more up and down. I think Bencic has been pretty stable up until that tiebreak. I don't think she played a necessarily great tiebreak, but overall she's really, really solid. But Andreescu is the one that's being more aggressive. I mean, she has more winners, a few more unforced errors, and those numbers just go to show that she's the one that's sort of going after the points a little bit more.
She's not far off having triple the amount of winners to Bencic tonight.
Time.
Well, we're still not entirely sure as to the direction this semi-final is eventually going to go in. Bencic, though, with another chance to close out this second set. Great start.
Yeah, if Andreescu doesn't quite get enough depth on that return, Bencic is all over it, moving through that ball really well.
Miss Bencic, challenging the call on the left baseline. Ball was called in.
That's really close.
Is that the best you can do from 10 meters away?
No, I'm telling you.
I've got a feeling it's out.
Oh, come on. I'm supposed to know that. You put me on the spot.
30 left.
That is the first challenge she's got right tonight. Demerit points for Mr. Jensen. We're going to try and move you a bit closer.
I have the OLD. I don't see well anymore.
Clearly. Change-up move.
Yeah. Yeah, great choice from Andreescu. I just liked in that point how she felt like she was getting behind in the point, so made some really good shot selections, threw one up, changed up the slice, just changed up the rhythm and got the unforced error from Bencic.
Huge moment right here. Here comes Bianca.
30-40.
No breaks in the opening set. It couldn't have been tighter. 5 already in the second.
Please.
Oh, that flew. Absolutely flew on Belinda. Can you believe it?
Games all.
We are level here in the second. Twice she's tried to serve for it. And I just wonder, Gilly, that awful game that she played, 4-1 double break, horror service game.
Yeah, that one was tough. It was a very loose game, but to end there, she didn't get a lot of first serves in this game either, and just gave Andreescu the opportunity to get aggressive, and you can see how flustered she is.
So, 3 games in a row for the Canadian. What a comeback from the youngster. Just remember, she's only 19. She's making her debut here at the US Open.
Love the team.
Bencic is really annoyed with this crowd. It's a New York crowd. The Swedes make a lot of noise in here.
Match just moving into its third hour.
It's got to be tough for Bencic right now, knowing she had that lead, but she's got to bring some positive energy a little bit, try and look a little bit more confident out there. She's probably not feeling it, but you got to fake it just to try and bring that energy to the table.
You cannot hear yourself think out here. I'm not doing well, are they? I thought Dad was suffering and Mum was fine, but they're both in a terrible spot.
Thank you.
Great to see Mum.
Thank you.
Mum was actually the one that taught her to meditate and visualize at 13 years of age. She has great mind control, this youngster. Has she got it? Has she got it, Luke? Has she got it?
Miss Andreescu is challenging the call on the left baseline. Ball was called out.
They just need 1 or 2 more topspin rotations on it.
I have to say, though, she's not missing by much, is she? Gee, that could have been 15. That could have been 40.
31.
That could have been 40-15.
So strong on that, Andreescu.
40-30.
I just really like
Miss
her
Andreescu
intention
has
there.
1 challenge
Hitting
remaining.
that backhand and immediately coming forward just to apply that slight extra pressure.
Game Andreescu.
Andreescu always looking to make something happen.
Andreescu
And she's
leads
one
by
game
6
away
games to
from a
5.
Grand Slam final. Can you
Second
believe
set
it?
and by 1 set to
Andreescu
love.
now a set and 6-5 ahead. Luke, sum up what we've seen over the last 20 minutes since Bencic led 4-1 second set, double break.
Well, at 4-1, she had a really poor game. Double faults, errors all over the place, a mental drop for Bencic. And Andreescu just kind of held her game. She punches and bunches. I think there was one stat you gave us where she had more winners at the same point in the tournament than Serena Williams. This is a 19-year-old.
Not for a tiebreaker.
I mean, it's incredible what she can do when she gets on a run. And right now, she is Tate's in the finals.
I'm nervous for her. How about you?
Yeah, I know.
I'm nervous for both of them.
I'm nervous for both, that's what I was going to say.
This is unbelievable, though.
She's so composed, it's amazing. Andreescu just feels the moment. She looks and just walks with so much swagger and confidence. Like destiny, she believes in her destiny.
Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Players are ready. Thank you. Thank you. Please.
Bencic trying to steady herself here. Twice she's served for the second set, now serving to stay in the match.
Please. Love 15. Please, once again, ladies and gentlemen, do not make any noise before the point is over. Thank you.
Great slice on the run from Andreescu. Got a lot of pace on that, and Bencic just struggling to control that slice a little bit.
She must be reeling here. Don't forget, this was the woman that put out the defending champion and world #1, Naomi Osaka.
Miss Bencic is challenging the call on the left service line. Ball was called fault. All. Miss Bencic has one challenge remaining.
It's in. Just skipped off the line.
30-14.
This is turning into a grandstand finish from the teenager. But it's not the time to wave at the big screen. Your daughter, your 19-year-old daughter, has a match point.
Yes.
Great composure there from Bencic.
She's coming again.
Advantage, Andreescu.
She does not know how to take a step back when it comes to a contest.
Deuce.
She went after it. She just rushed just slightly at the last second on that last forehand. Good to see her going after it.
Yeah, this is a little bit bigger, isn't it, than winning in Indian Wells back in March. She's made it.
Made it, yeah.
That baseline has seen an awful lot of activity this match.
Oh, I love that Bencic move forward to this ball. Again, just enough topspin for it to dip down into the court.
Bencic's head is in so many different spots right now. To give the thumbs up, the people walking back. I mean, if you play in New York, that's going to happen. This is not a tennis crowd. This is an event crowd. And she's looking up in the stands as he was walking around.
Please. Advantage, Andreescu.
Andreescu doing so well to get so many of these serves back into the court.
Third match point in this game.
Please. Set match, Andreescu. 2 sets to love, 7-6, 7-5.
Grand Slam finalist. What a dramatic 2.25 we've had on Ash. Can you imagine the scenes back in